when people started moving in here, the the white that came here from the Tidewater area and moved into Jefferson County, they were pretty classy people. You know, the Worthingtons and Washingtons and these people. And I think that that had something to do with African Americans that were here also at that time. Because a lot of them, they didn't refer to them as slaves. They mostly referred to them as servants. And I think it a little bit more class, I think, than that word in some of these other places. That's just my opinion. And which probably may lead to African Americans being a little bit more progressive. Because when they started the college here, John Stewart, that $10,000 he said toward a school for African Americans in the South. He didn't specify where, but through Nathan Brackett and those guys, they decide to have a college here. They say because the whites and the African Americans here are a little bit more progressive.
Well, Jim, let me ask you a question. That's the case. And how do you look at the fact that the progressiveness of the this area around here, uh, which I agree to a certain extent, but yet when it came to segregation of schools, was last in the state.
Mm-hmm.
When it came to open up the swimming pool and stuff, the blacks couldn't go through it, and yet we were.
Yeah.
When it came to
Right.
other things, is there just a faction out there you think that hell?
I don't know. That's
I
a
can
good
understand
point.
it.
Yeah, me either. That's a good point. I don't know. Other places that worse off than we were had integrated schools and everything much sooner than we did.
You think it's just an element in this county that is that ultra conservative, But at the same time, this area we got some people here that is real. A good example, Roger Perry and the Perry family. They have always been very what do you call it, helpful to the African American community.
Mm-hmm.
They took when I know no. The Perry was on the House of Delegate. He always carried a black attaché down there with him. Always had it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
It was your uncle then. Who he
yeah,
go
I
down
know
with?
had somebody before that.
Yeah.
But they, I got when you see that element of the community, and then you see all these other things take place. How you figure it?
I don't know. You know, the kids in our age group, the white kids in our age group, they were pretty nice kids, man. You know, we could go we swim in the same swimming hole and slid right off the same
Yeah,
hill and run over on the school ground and played on their equipment right along with them. Nobody said anything. I don't know. It's this is Jefferson County is just a county that sticks out by itself. I can't compare it with any place else I've been.
Well, I think we're close to a lot of metropolitan areas. I can remember people in my neighborhood, a lot of them catching a train back to Hagerstown or up to Harrisburg, to work.
Mm-hmm.
They'd come down on weekends and going back there. I think the location had a lot to do with it. Of course, people still were working in Northern Virginia, over in Maryland, places like that. So that gave them, I guess, a higher standard of appreciation and living than it did, say, if you were down in interior West Virginia. And there might be 2 black families in the whole county, or 3 black families, something like that. So there was that exchange, Plus, we had access to black newspapers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pittsburgh Courier, Cincinnati paper, Washington papers. Afro. You had access to all of them, so that helped out a whole lot.
You think the like down in the southern part of West Virginia, the coal miners, a lot of those miners they came here from deep south,
Right.
but around here we don't have hardly any families that roots are in the deep south. Most of our families
Yeah.
right here, right
Yeah.
Virginia, but we don't
Right.
we don't go down to Mississippi for homecoming. You know what I mean and
Right,
stuff.
right, right.
So we've been here and we just I don't know. It's just Jefferson County, African American Jefferson County is just different. I think than any place that I've ever been to. Now, I'm not putting nobody down, but it's just different.
Yeah, when you had a reunion, most of the people are just from this area. Your ancestors, you go back there, yeah, they're from this area. Yeah.
Both sides of my family right here. You know, between Virginia and West Virginia,
Yeah.
and the furthest Virginia, and my people was Clark County,
Mm.
which is right across the line. You know,
Right.
and your people too, aren't mostly Virginia.
Yeah. My mother's family's from Virginia, but they went to Pittsburgh, went west to
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
yeah, yeah.
I don't think anybody went south, except the school. Yeah.
You know, during the war, at the contraband camp at Hubbardsburg, thousand of them coming up from the Lower Shenandoah Valley and all over. They came this way. They came. Harper's Ferry was the route out into west, north, and west, and I guess a lot of them just some stayed here, but this place must have been really something during the war. Especially when that contraband camp was started. This was where they came, and then made their ways
Then they must have all moved north, I guess, north and west,
North and
because
west.
they didn't stay here.
north and west. Some did. My people stayed here. I have roots here from that.
Well, you had your railroad going through, going west. So, that was also a factor. People get to, say Cincinnati or Chicago, keep on going. So,
Do you recall very many families during the 30s and 40s, early 30s, late 30s, early 40s, leaving here, going to north because of the Depression?